Hello, my name is Chris Convery, and this is a video to help explain the infographic that I have created for PIDP 3351, Feedback Strategies. The infographic that I present before you was created to introduce incoming classes to several types of learning assessments, an example of each, and the benefits of shifting to an autodidactic approach. I'm a term instructor in the hair design program at Vancouver Community College. In my experience, our students are very familiar with the summative assessments and are quite receptive to formative assessment. I hope to guide them towards becoming autodidacts and continue to empower themselves long after completing their program. This infographic states 3 ways to assess learning: assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. Each is used within our program, and I will explain to my students how and when each will be used in the classroom. Lastly, the benefits of becoming an autodidact are listed highlighting the positive aspects of this trait. Assessment of learning is a summative approach, which can occur at key points or at the end of a unit, term, or semester. Examples of this assessment type are quizzes, projects, and exams. The effectiveness depends on the validity, reliability, and weighting placed on the tasks that it is used for. A substantial portion of theory lessons are taught through Course 1 of the program. Students are informed that at the end of unit, tests have a passable grade of 70%. This can place an emphasis on scoring, grades, and also competition. I have witnessed this recently as 2 students that were struggling with unit tests were overjoyed when they received a passing grade. Another student, who scored remarkably high, was only concerned with beating their friend's mark and asked repeatedly if I could divulge her score. Assessment for learning is a formative approach, emphasizing support, ongoing feedback, and collaboration. Teachers and peers monitor progress and learning to help learners determine how to improve. This occurs throughout the teaching and learning process, assisting students understanding and learning. Our program focuses on practical skill. Therefore, assessment for learning is imperative for the growth and success of my learners. This is achieved as students perform practical tasks such as styling, cutting, or application of color. They can be shown the importance of body position, cutting angles, and adjustment of their techniques while performing these skills to aid in areas to improve. I remind them to look at their progression of skills rather than perfection. Assessment as learning occurs when students become their own assessors. This formative approach allows my learners to take responsibility for their own learning and explore how they can improve. By emphasizing collaboration, reflection, and self-evaluation, students can gain a deeper learning experience along with the ability of learning how to learn. As the hair program progresses, I often ask my students to look at the work that they have presented and give a self-evaluation. They are asked what issues they may see, then how can they resolve these issues? With time, I notice that students will pause, reflect on what they are trying to achieve, and correct issues with their practical work. A common exercise to promote this type of assessment is the experimentation of how different color shades react on real hair swatches. Learners will also seek out different cutting or styling techniques on different social media platforms or YouTube and attempt them. Lastly, this infographic touches on the benefits of becoming autodidactic. This term defines someone who is self-directed and a self-motivated learner. As my learners shift to assessment as learning, they become autodidacts. This increases their self-awareness, time management skills, and improves creativity, along with heightening their willingness to explore new learning environments. I hope this infographic can aid in guiding my students to becoming autodidacts and build upon the foundation they receive in our program long after. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.